Good morning, people. Welcome to Café con Liga. This time coming to you on a Sunday, but we have to talk about what happened last night. Atleti beating Barcelona and Real Madrid getting a point. And for me, Atletico making a huge statement this year. You know, this is their title to lose now. In a year where Real Madrid and Barca are probably in their worst shape in, the last 10, 20 years. Atleti is in pole position. And they really proved it last night with a great game. Simeone coming out with a game plan, and I think that was the difference last night. Atletico Madrid had a plan, had a strategy how to win that game, and they truly deserved it. Carrasco scoring that goal, it was a classic counter-attack, a ball over the top. Carrasco getting it through the legs of Ter Stegen and scoring. He could ask questions of Ter Stegen. He should be dealing better with the situation, maybe not rushing out like that. A little bit lost his mind. And Yannick Carrasco, what an unlikely hero for Atletico Madrid, a player that, of course, went to China, as you know, a few years ago, came back. We didn't know what conditions he's going to be in, but lots of credit for him this season. He's been one of Atleti's most informed players. And that's the first Simeone league win against Barcelona. He never won against the Catalans in the league. And I think Atletico's last victory against Barcelona was 2010. So they had to wait 10 years to secure it, but they did get it. And that's now 24 games unbeaten, Colchoneros, since the end of the last season and the beginning of this season. They are in hot form. They've only conceded 2 goals this season. Oblak again performing some heroics last night. All right, he didn't have many shots to save, but there was a few headers from Lenglet, from Griezmann. And speaking of Griezmann, what a return to the Wanda Metropolitano for him as well. And Barca just looks disjointed, there's no leadership in the team. Again, Messi looks like he doesn't want to be there. And after the game, there was even Pedri speaking to the journalists in the post-match interviews. A 17-year-old guy to show his face after such a disappointing result. It just goes to show the organization in the Catalan Cup. After, I think, losing the El Clásico, it was the same. This time, Serginho Dest was answering the questions of journalists in English. And this time, we saw Pedri. Really unfortunate the state that Barca is in, but they're in a transition year, and I think with the injury of Ansu Fati and now Gerard Piqué, which some sources are saying he's going to be out for 4 to 6 months, there's nothing positive coming in Barca's future. And I think lack of leadership is the best way to sum it up. Atleti, again, making a big statement for me. And of course, Simeone after the game doesn't want to really say that Atleti is going for the title, trying to put a little bit the pressure down. But come on, it's clear to see they are second in the league now. Same points total as Real Sociedad, who are playing today, of course, going to Cadiz. So that will be interesting to see. But Atleti has a game in hand. So if they win that game, they are first. And on the form that they are, it's dangerous. Barca in 10th place, of course. And lots of things to think about as they travel to Dynamo Kiev midweek. And of course, we cannot mention Real Madrid. Real Madrid securing a 1-1 draw, went to Villarreal. And I would say, considering all the facts that it was an international break, of course, they had a lot of absences in this game. Ramos out after an injury with the Spain national team. Benzema was out. Casemiro, of course, in the midfield. Valverde. But the good news is that Carvajal was back in his position as a right back, and you could see right away instant impact with that run and cross to Mariano, another unlikely hero. Mariano Diaz taking his chance and scoring a goal, and Real Madrid looked good. I think it was a game of 2 halves, basically. Real Madrid really dominating the first one. Maybe should have scored another goal. Hazard really lively, to be fair to him, even though it was only the first 45 minutes that he was, really sharp. But in the second half, Real Madrid dropped off, and then you could really see the difference without Ramos, without Casemiro, and it was all the substitutions. The game was won by the subs. Emery introducing Paris Estupinian and Chukwueze, two players that were off on international break as well. And maybe that's why he was saving them for the last half an hour of the game. And they made the difference. They connected for that attack where Chukwueze was brought down in the box by Courtois. And I don't think there's any doubts for this stone cold penalty for Villarreal, and Gerard Moreno slotting from the spot. But I think Gerard Moreno had a few other chances that on a normal day he does convert. So all in all, I think a good point for Real Madrid, considering it was an international break. There was a lot of key absences, and at the end, Villarreal, they're in the top 4 for a reason. They've been performing well. Emery has been trying to launch an attack for the Champions League spots, and this is what is the least expected, I think, from him and the team that he's got. And at the end of the game, you could see that all the options that Real Madrid had on the bench were either players that play in Castilla or players that aren't strikers. So in order to win you the game, Real Madrid introduced players like Isco, like Vinicius, Asensio even playing as a number 9, I think, coming in for Mariano. But none of them were actually in the box, and they didn't threaten Villarreal's defense. And of course, today we have some more La Liga games. As we said, Real Sociedad is traveling to Cadiz. Valencia going to Alaves. Very interesting as well. Granada against Valladolid. And on Monday night, I think it's going to be very, very interesting in Bilbao, where Atleti host Real Betis, 2 clubs that haven't been in the best of forms this season, haven't been consistent. So let's see what happens. Of course, midweek, we got a lot of Champions League action. I think the highlight, of course, Real Madrid traveling to Milano to play Inter. How are they going to fare in that game? Of course, Ramos missing again this game. So they might have some trouble in defense against a really, really strong Inter side. But guys, let me know in the comments below, how did you see the Atleti game last night? Do you think Atleti is now favored to win the league? Let me know in the comments below. And Real Madrid fans, of course, Madridistas, are you happy with the draw at Villarreal? That's all from Café con Liga, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and come back. We're going to be talking more Spanish football next week. Ciao.